Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my beauty school experience and how it was when I was in beauty school. If you guys don't know, I was in school to become an esthetician. I went to this school. I did graduate from there, so that's pretty exciting for me. Also, I just wanted to say before I start anything in this video that this is not to bash the school that I was going to or bash like anyone who was working there or anything like that. This is just me sharing my experience going there and then, you know, like basically what happened. So I thought I would do like a little massage with a mask so that it's not like just me talking basically. And then I also have this paper of like what I want to hit in this video, like the topics that I want to talk about. So I'm going to be using the massage gel cream from Dermalogica and then the conductive mask base. I have not found products that have worked for my skin yet. I am still on the journey on looking for what is going to work for my skin, but I will let you guys know as soon as I find something good. But I'm just going to be starting off with this. So let's jump into it. So basically starting off on how you guys know, and well, if you guys watch my older videos and you guys know that I've been talking about going to esthetician school for quite some time in the past, and then I even talked about it in a video. I thought I was gonna go to the military, but instead I went to aesthetic school. I know those are super duper different. But anyway, so I really wanted to go to aesthetic school and become an esthetician and get licensed in that field. So basically, number one is, how did I find out about the school? So I found out through at the time my boyfriend's mom told me about the school because she worked there. So she worked there and she was telling me, like, you know, you have to go to this school, or you don't have to go to this school, like it's a good school to go to, and I worked there, you know, like I can see you and help you out if you need anything. And I was like, okay, cool, like this school seems really good. And that's where I went wrong. I did not do my own research, and I should have did my own research before, you know, just jumping right into it. But basically she told me that the school was really good and that I would benefit a lot from it. And so I took her word on it because you know, like at the time I was dating him and that was his mom, and so I was like, okay, like she must know what she's talking about. So, you know, I went to this school. I'm not gonna say the name of the school because I don't want any, like, you know, bad bashing towards them, because, you know, people have good experiences with them, so I don't want to mess up their experience with it. But basically I went there and fast forward to orientation. So basically I went to orientation. It was the first day and it was in person, and we were getting like all our stuff, like our kit and everything, and that's when I showed you guys my kit. And yeah, like the first day was pretty cool. I mean, the school looked really nice. It was clean. It wasn't like a super amount of people there, like a lot. So it was pretty cool for the most part. I mean, I had a really good first orientation. Like it was cool. It was what they said it was gonna be. But I did not get a tour. So a lot of the other girls got a tour, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but I did not get a tour of the school. So I was kind of figuring everything out while I was there, but it wasn't a big school, so I caught on pretty quickly. So basically, orientation was good. I got all my supplies and everything, and then the first day comes and I'm in the class and I am sitting next to these 3 girls that I made friends with, and we're gonna name one of them. Actually, I'm not gonna put names because I'm just gonna forget. So person 1, let me write this down. So I made these 3 friends, person 1, person 2, and person 3. Like they were so cool, they were so nice to me, like, you know, and they were like my first friends there. Like I was talking to them until, well, I'll tell you. So basically I made friends with them and it was cool. The first day went by and everything, And so person one did not stay the whole full time in the aesthetics program. She left because she just realized that it wasn't for her. Like, she didn't want to. It was like after like something big happened, which I'll tell you guys, but basically she left. So it was just person 2 and person 3. We started off with our waxing training, and it was waxing, it was makeup, waxing, makeup, skateboard, and facial. So those were the 4 modules that we were going in order by, and then they just repeat and repeat and repeat. You know, new people come in each month. So I started on waxing, some people started on makeup, some people started on skateboard, you know what I mean? So basically we started on waxing, and we are supposed to work on people when we're in beauty school. We're not allowed to say no. We're not allowed to, you know, sit and just watch. We have to get worked on. And you know, there wasn't a problem with that, but we started from the top of the body to the, I'm sorry, I'm not a good storyteller. Okay, we started from the top of the body to work our way down, I think, or just like the parts that weren't like that serious. So we started on like the eyebrows, the eyebrow wax, the lip wax, nose wax, facial wax, like stuff like that. We got to the Brazilian waxing and, you know, the bikini waxing. So those were a bit more intimate and personal, and we were still, well, not everybody had to do the Brazilian waxing, because some, like myself, I wasn't comfortable, I guess you could say, waxing somebody when I was in school, and I wasn't like, I don't know, they didn't have the best training, I didn't have the best teachers, so I did not trust myself to do such a big like service on somebody when I didn't really know what I was doing. But nobody knew what they were doing, but some were more confident than others. So person three, she was also my friend. She is my friend. I don't really speak to her, but she was my friend, and basically she got a Brazilian wax from another girl that was in the class, and she was a student as well, so she didn't really know what she was doing, and she waxed person 3, my friend. Like, they were in a room, and like in the back room, because we had a classroom and then the room where we performed like the services and stuff. So they were in the room that performed the services, and she was doing her, she was about to do her. My teacher decided that she would like to let everybody know in the classroom, not in the service room, in the classroom, that person 3 said that she didn't mind anybody watching her get a Brazilian wax. And so I was in the classroom when she announced that. She literally came in, she was like, hey, there's a girl in the service room who is about to get a Brazilian wax, and she doesn't care who watches. She literally said that, and that was not the case. Person 3 did not allow that to happen, but there's a rule at the school or something saying that you can't get services done if you don't allow the instructor to be there or something, and I don't know, something weird like that. And I basically got into a little incident with that too, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Everybody goes in there in the classroom, and there was curtains around the table, because there's tables set up in there, and there's a curtain around each one. And the curtain was around person 3 and the other girl who was doing her wax. And so we all go in there, and we're all like setting up a chair, you know, like looking, because we wanted to learn, and we didn't have a real demo, because we had a real demo for all the other services except for Brazilian waxing, because nobody felt comfortable doing it. And so when we heard, we were like, okay, like we finally get to, you know, see how it's actually done, so we can see it in person, so we know like what to do. We're not out here on the streets trying to guess and assume, because we didn't get a live demo. So that's what we thought. We all thought in the classroom that she was going to be okay with us watching her Brazilian wax, but that was not the case. So we all went in there, we set up a chair, and there was like 25 of us in there, I want to say 25, I think so, like 25 of us, 25 girls. They're all girls, of course. And we all get in there, we set up our chairs, and the teacher pulls back the curtain, and person 3 and the other girl who's waxing her, person 3, she's just laying there with her legs open, you know, her thing's showing, and she's just like in total shock. Like, why are you guys all here? Like, why are you guys looking at me getting this done? Like, person 3, she had like a lot going on, and she had like, you know, anxiety, and like really bad anxiety, and so she was not okay with that at all. But the teacher didn't do anything about it. She just let us stay in there. I didn't really know anything of it until after the fact, because she didn't say anything. Person 3 didn't say anything like, you guys need to get out or whatever, because the teacher was kind of like, you know, turning it into a demo, I guess, when it wasn't supposed to be. So it was really a misunderstanding. And basically we were in there, and just want to let you guys know that the wax went so wrong. She was in so much pain. I just wouldn't want it to be me, and I really felt bad for her. And still to this day, I'm just like, that is crazy, because she didn't, like, the people didn't do anything for her. Like, they didn't tell the teacher anything, like nothing happened. So basically she's getting this wax, she's in so much pain, she's like, you know, like, I don't know how to, what is the word, like, where she's just like that every single time that she's ripping it, because she's like, this is like not the right way. The wax was getting stuck, like, and it was her first Brazilian, you guys, her very first Brazilian. It was horrible. Like, honestly, it was really, really bad. And she would, I don't really know how to explain it, but if you guys were there, like, it was just so painful to watch. Like, she literally, like, we were all just like, why are we, like, I don't know. And you're probably thinking, like, why don't you guys just leave the room? And actually, after a little time went by, I actually left the room, because I just couldn't watch. Like, it was just uncomfortable, and I didn't want to be in there, because I don't want to see somebody in pain. Like, that's not something I want to do. So I left after a little bit, and then after she literally, like, when the whole Brazilian was over, it took a really long time, actually. And if y'all know, Brazilians only take like 15 minutes. My camera's about to stop. After she was done, she literally, we all were in the classroom when it was like over. After it was done, after everybody came back into the classroom, she literally came into the classroom bawling her eyes out, was crying. She was like, that was not right. Like, I did not consent to that. Like, that was not okay. But even if she didn't consent to it, the school was still allowing it to happen. Like, they didn't care, basically. Like, they didn't do anything about it. And they've had like incidents like that happen before. So yeah, but she was literally bawling her eyes out, crying. And the person who was waxing her, she came to me. She was like, why was everybody in there? And then I told her that the teacher told us to go in there and watch her. Like, that was not right. Like, I'm gonna go to the school board director and talk to her. And I was like, yeah, I'll come with you, because that was not okay at all. I don't know why she told us to go in there if it wasn't okay with her. She should have asked her first. I don't know why she invited all of us to go in there when it wasn't okay. So me and the girl who waxed person 3, we went to the school board director, and we were telling her like what happened, and she was like, no, like, no, the teacher would not do that. The teacher would never do that. You guys are she basically was like, you guys are lying, and you need to get out of my office, basically. And we were like looking at each other like, did that really just happen right now? Like, she really just ignored the fact that a student is literally crying her eyes out because a teacher told everybody that they could go in there when she did not want them in there. And that was her private area, you guys. Like, that was her very first Brazilian, her private area. Like, everybody, that's in their brain now. Like, that's in my brain now. Like, she can't get that back. And the fact that she didn't do anything and was just like, just brushed it off as if it was nothing was literally crazy. And so me and the other girl, like, we went back, told person 3 what happened, and she was like, what? Like, that's crazy. And so she went and talked to her, and she literally didn't help her at all. She came back even more like sad and sobbing, and she left the school that day, in the middle of the day. And back to person two. Person two was really cool with her. We were all cool with person three, but person two, she was like not having it. So the school board director came into our classroom, and person two was like, you know, going at it with the school director, like, no, like, why are you just not doing anything when she's obviously hurting? Like, you're not going to do anything, you're not going to say anything to the teacher, you're just going to say that we're lying and stuff. And the school board director was like, no, you need to sit down, like, you're not in this, you need to basically like mind your business. And the other person was like, no, like, you're going to do something about this, because this is my friend, you're not going to treat my friend like this. And then they was going back and forth, and then person two called, person two called the school director up. She straight up said that out loud, and they was going at it in the classroom. It was just crazy, you guys. Like, it did not need to escalate to that at all. Like, literally, if the teacher would have never came into our classroom and said that we could watch, none of that would have happened. And it's just crazy because person two got expelled. She got kicked out because of this situation. She literally got kicked out of the school, didn't get her money back for the tuition. Like, it was just crazy. Stormed out, kicked out, like, you need to get your stuff, you need to leave. And she was like this, you know, like cussing up and stuff. And it was just crazy because I just felt so bad. Like, even if all this stuff is happening, this girl got expelled, one girl is like bawling her eyes out crying, the teacher's not getting in trouble for it, the girl who waxed her is devastated because she was there, like, you know, waxing her, and just like, she was like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, you know, like, I don't want this to be a demo, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, they were both like, no, like, we did not want this. And it just escalated to a whole different thing, but it was just really crazy. So that was like a situation. And then I was getting a Brazilian from one of my friends in the classroom. It was another girl. Like, after the situation had happened, and the teacher, she was like, they were already iffy about us giving Brazilians again, because they were like, well, since you don't want anybody to watch, like, they made a whole announcement. They came into class and they were like, if you guys don't feel comfortable with getting like that thing waxed in front of the school instructor, then you guys can't do them. So they kind of banned getting Brazilians, basically, or something like that. It was something stupid. And so I had got one, and the school teacher, my school teacher, she tried to go in there, she tried to peek her head in, and I was like, can you not come in here, because I don't want you, you know, coming in here, because I know how you are, and you want to try and make this a demo, and it's not a demo, honey, it's not a demo. So I was like, can you please not come in here? And she was like, you can't tell me that, I'm the school instructor, I'm gonna come in here if I want to, and if you don't feel comfortable, then you don't need to be doing it. And I was like, well, it's not really that serious, like, I really just don't want you looking at my, you know, areas. And she was like, nobody's worried about that. And I was like, girl, like, you don't have to have an attitude, like, I'm just trying to, you know, not have another situation happen, because I don't want that to happen to me. She went and told the school board director, like a little telltale, but I don't care, I'm not even in that school. She went and told her, and then she came and she was like, yeah, we're banning Brazilians, nobody can do them anymore because you guys don't want the school instructor to be watching, so therefore you guys can't do them anymore. So we couldn't do Brazilians anymore because of what I said. So they got banned because of what I said. So because I didn't want her in there looking at me. And yeah, so that happened. That was a whole Brazilian thing. And then I'm gonna skip to the learning part. Was whatever, like, I barely learned anything but the basics, and I have my test coming up this month, and I really don't feel prepared when it comes to the written or the practical. I've been watching YouTube videos and trying to gain like knowledge from them, because the school didn't really teach me as much, because it was just drama every 5 seconds. Like, it was just ridiculous. We didn't have any time to learn anything. The teacher was never in the classroom on time, and we would get in trouble because we weren't in the classroom on time, but she was never in there on time, and we would get like marked off and stuff. It was just ridiculous. Like, they were being such hypocrites and just not being professional at all. So they weren't being professional. I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Yeah, I don't feel prepared when it comes to the state board. I'm actually really nervous, but I'm just gonna try my best to learn as much as I can now, and just really hope for the best and just study and try and remember like anything, because I still have the textbook, so I can just read over the textbook. And it was just like not good. Like, overall, that school, I wouldn't recommend anybody going to that school, because I don't know, just like my personal experience, I know that a school should not be like that. It should be professional. It shouldn't, like, y'all should care about the way students are being treated, even if that was the teacher who was there for I don't know how long and teaching, and you don't think that she would do that, something like that or something, because she's been there that long. Like, that's so dumb. And it's just crazy. But anyway, skip to COVID. I was in school last year, so 2020, and COVID was happening and everything, and so we went to distant learning, and we had the choice to either do distant learning or stay in school and literally sit there and do nothing. And I was like, I'm not sitting here doing nothing, because that's literally a waste of time. I'm gonna be doing that. I have things to do, and like, no. I did distant learning, and even if I had stayed in school, I wouldn't have learned anything anyway, because literally when I tell you, we would come into school, sit down, and literally do nothing. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that. We literally did nothing. We came into school and literally did nothing. And if we chose the online one, then we would have to do work. And our hours were 8-hour days, so I had the full-time day, and they had an option for the nighttime one, which is part-time, but I decided to do the full-time to get it over with faster. But I didn't learn anything online at all. Literally, whatever was online didn't have to do it. It didn't have anything to do with aesthetics at all. It was just like reading some stuff or something. It was just busy work. You know how teachers be giving you busy work? It was literally busy work. So it had nothing to do with what we were learning at all. I didn't learn anything from doing online, and it was just really a waste of time. It was ridiculous. So then we're gonna skip to graduation. I basically graduated. I passed my final and all that with complete straight A's, so I'm actually glad that that happened for me, because I did pass my final with straight A's, and basically you wouldn't be able to graduate if you didn't pass the final. So that's what happened. Sorry, the sun is actually going down. That is the story of like my beauty school experience and like what happened and everything like that. There's more to the story, of course, because that's not literally everything. I was in there for 4 or 5 months, so that was basically like what happened, but that was just like an overview. But yeah, so if you're thinking about going to beauty school, please do your research. Like, don't just go to any school just because your friend goes there or you know somebody who goes there. Like, do your research, because you want to make sure that you're putting your money into something that is actually gonna better you in life, instead of literally not doing anything. And it just sucks that my experience was like that, because I was so excited to go there, and I just kind of feel like I just got led down. Even though like a lot of like that situation didn't happen to me, it still affected me, because she was still my friend, and I tried to help her, but it didn't do anything. So I don't know, it just kind of sticks with me, and I know that it sticks with her, because that was a very traumatic situation that happened to her because of the way that the school board director handled it. She did not handle it well at all. And it's just sad that that was her experience in beauty school, and that's gonna stick with her for the rest of her life. But yeah, guys, so that is basically it for my beauty school experience. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from this. Please do your research. That's all I gotta say. Please do your research, because just do it. But yeah, if you guys want me to go into more detail on like how it actually was, and like the modules that I went over, the waxing, skateboard, makeup, and all that, then I can tell you guys about that. I'll do like a part 2 or something. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys liked it or not, and you guys want to see more story times from me. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.